last car.
Oh, it was 14.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. They've just waved the green flag for the restart. Terry Labonte takes off. He's got Robbie Gordon right with him, trying to get a lap back. Then Dale Earnhardt Jr., Joe Nemechek, Ryan Newman, Jeff Burton, Bobby Labonte, and Tony Stewart.
See, but that 31 car, Bobby Gordon, that's a really good example of how sorry a car could be. It couldn't have been any worse. They made a pit stop. They put that spring rubber in there, adjusted on a little bit. Now he's capable of keeping up.
I mean, he's been running in the second place position on the racetrack now for about 20 laps.
Brett Bodine and Jack Sprague each went a lap down with that spin. Larry Foyt also one down, and Gordon trying to come back from 3 laps down.
Well, we saw Matt Kenseth do it.
And he's going to go by Terry Labonte, so that puts him 2 laps down. What he needs is another caution real quick. Because I tell you who's really coming, Joe Nemechek in that 25 car. He's working the bottom of this racetrack.
Nemechek coming for second, and Kurt Busch inside Tony Stewart moves up a notch.
And you know, if you're Terry Labonte, you're the veteran, you're a pretty smart guy. Robbie Gordon on your back bumper may not be the most favorite thing you'd like to see in your rearview mirror. He's desperate to get back on the lead lap. Maybe I'll just let that cat go on.
Steve Burns behind the wall with Steve Park.
Steve, what happened? Can you get this race car back on the track?
We cut a left rear tire down and had the Pennzoil Chevrolet turned around and got loose in the flag stand, and right now it looks like it broke the motor mount out of the motor, so we're not sure if we can get it back in again. And it's just a shame. I mean, we're just looking for a little bit of a break. We just can't seem to get it. It's just very frustrating, but you know, our thoughts and prayers with Jerry Nadeau right now and his family and Jada. And I just want to tell my mom I'm okay, because it was a scary looking incident. It looked very familiar to what Jerry went through and stuff, but I'm okay. And again, all race team, all the Steve Park race fans, and myself are thinking about Jerry and Jada right now. So what else can you say? We just need to get a little bit of luck on this Pennzoil team, get things turned around. We have fast race cars. We just, for some reason, just can't get to the end of the race.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, guys, and we certainly hope Steve Park can get back in the race, but Rusty Wallace told us he had it Bonnie for the lead. He's going to take the lead, Darrell.
Yeah, just to pick up real quick on what Steve was saying. Here's a guy that wrecked his car. He's in the garage. He's out of the race. What's he thinking about? It just tells you a lot about the people in our sport.
You're right, Darrell. Same thing we're all thinking about, Jerry Nadeau and his family. 74 laps complete in the Pontiac Excitement 400. Ryan Newman over Terry Labonte. First time a Dodge has led tonight. In fact, first time anything but a Chevrolet has led this evening.
You know, the last time a Dodge won here, Mike?
Oh, gosh. Darrell, were you here?
Neil Bonnet, maybe.
1977, Neil Bonnet.
Jim Stacy car, wasn't it?
I think you're right. Oh, Harry Hyde probably turning the wrenches on that piece.
And I aired last night on one of Bobby Labonte's poles here. He did win a pole here in the 22 car, but it was for Bill Davis, not for Junior Johnson, who owned that number the year before.
The teammates battling for second place, not a battle for very long. Joe Nemechek goes by Terry Labonte. But their teammate, Jeff Gordon, in that 24 car, he continues to slide backwards. Saw Rusty Wallace go by him just a second ago. That car is not working like he'd like it to work.
For more on Jeff Gordon, here's Matt.
Well, Mike, the 24 car has dropped over the last lap from 11th to 12th. Jeff Gordon, under that last caution, told crew chief Robbie Loomis, the car is just really, really loose. I cannot drive it on new tires. It is loose everywhere. Robbie told them they're going to try a little wedge at the next stop to try to fix that race car. Steve Burns?
Matt, opposite problem for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He told crew chief Tony Eury Jr. that he had gotten tight. Tony Eury said we put a half a pound in that right front tire on the last stop to keep me from rolling over on that right front tire. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. said it's hurting me. On the next stop, take that air pressure back out.
And of course, Steve, yeah, I know Tony Eury, he did what he thought was right, keep it from rolling over and getting that soft Springfield push, but that also increases the spring rate over there. When you increase the spring rate on the right front, it makes it push, especially on the entry and in the center.
Now remember, when they set these cars up the last time they were on the racetrack, it was 82 degrees out. today, the thermometer never reached 70, and it's well below that now, so everything's changed.
And that's what makes me a little puzzled why some of these cars are loose, Darrell. I would have thought that they more would have been like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Most of them would have been tighter, not turning as good.
Well, I think most of these guys set their cars up loose because they know the track will tighten up. It always does. The question is, can I make it to the point to where the track tightens up? That's what happens to you. I list them on the scanner, and they want to free the cars up to start the race, but then the guy can't drive it. By the time they get it fixed, like Robbie Gordon, they're in trouble.
Right in front of this group, Rusty Wallace. This is 9th and 10th. There's Rusty in 8th, right behind Bobby Labonte. Fox tracks in on Rusty, showing the gap behind his teammate, the race leader, Ryan Newman.
And until he caught Terry Labonte, he was actually just a little bit quicker on the stopwatch than his teammate Ryan Newman. But when you catch someone and you have to race them like this, you obviously lose some time. Rusty Wallace making his 600th consecutive Winston Cup start, 21 years without missing a race.
Yeah, he's only got 609 total starts. So those first 9, and then he's been 600 ever since, or on the 600 career starts.
Tell you what, Ryan Newman out there in clean air right now, he's not having to battle Robbie Gordon. He's definitely clicking some pretty quick laps off.
Spotters are saying, however, to NASCAR, there may be a little smoke from Ryan Newman's car.
Fast as it is, I can see why.
Smoking.
That's like they're smoking.
You know, I mean, he's coming off of... There you hear him communicating about the spot. But Ryan Newman, 3 straight DNFs, but it was about this time last year he got his season turned around.
Well, his car is always so fast. I mean, once he gets his act together, you know, whether it's getting in wrecks or blowing up engine, whatever it is, once he gets his act together, he's like Kurt Busch, pretty darn hard to beat.
Steve Burns on the leader.
And Mike Ritchie, Pat Borland just radioed Ryan Newman and said other teams are reporting smoke from the car. Let me know if you hear, smell, see anything. And Ryan did say, I do smell rear end grease. So they're just got their fingers crossed right now.
Well, Steve, the last time that car came off turn 2, we did see a little puff of smoke out of the rear of the car. We'll maybe watch it here again and see if we see the same thing.
And Steve, Dick and you guys in the pit center, if you'll be able to smell it. If it's a gear, you'll start to smell it before too long.
Didn't really see it that last time, but we have been seeing it, just little puffs. And we got a battle right here, getting for state. This is for position 6. Jeff Burton in the 99, Rusty in that 2 car.
Now, Jeff Burton's backed up a bit. He was moving forward, but right now he's running lap times 0.2 of a second slower than the race leader. So he's fallen back right into view of Rusty Wallace, Ford versus Dodge here.
Yeah, Rusty's car's got that Richmond look to it. He drives it in, it slips up a little bit, and then Buddy, he gasses it up off the corner.
Watch Mark Martin here, Darrell.
Hello. I would like to get by if you don't mind.
Was that a please, may I?
That's kind of like, hey, have you looked in your mirror lately?
Coming through, excuse me.
Pardon me.
You know, Kevin Harvick's going backwards right now, but we got the report on that last pit stop back on lap 45. I'm not sure about this, Darrell. They changed 2 tires, 2 right side tires only, and I think you'll pay the price now.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have done that. Of course, we say that a lot, and of course, last week Rusty Wallace did, he made it work, but nobody else was able to. Several other teams did the same thing. They said their cars were junk.
Your car has to be right on the money before you can get by with it.
Ryan Newman, who was in 8th place after his Texas win 4 races ago, came into tonight's race 25th in points. There is his Penske Racing South teammate Rusty Wallace, and here's what 4 seconds looks like at Richmond International Raceway.
Well, there went the leader over the line, and here comes Rusty now. So
Not
he's
quite a straightaway.
About a half a straightaway, yeah.
92 of 400 laps are complete under the lights at Richmond, Virginia. You're watching NASCAR on FX.